everybody, to Desert Valley Blitz Season 2. Super excited. Season's going to be here shortly. Everybody's undefeated. Everybody's excited about what's to come. And today we're going to be previewing the DVL and the SVL with a special guest, super special guest. This guy, you've seen him on the Firebirds broadcast. You've seen him on Morning Drive. You've seen him on NBC. He's an Emmy Award-winning sports director. Mr. Tim O'Brien in the house. Thank you for joining us today.
Yeah,
Welcome,
thanks for
Tim.
having me. Appreciate you guys. Big fan. I've seen your work, watched, follow, and listen. So to be sitting here is pretty cool.
Yeah. Are you a native here? Or
I'm born and raised in New Jersey.
Okay.
I got out here to the desert in April of 2022.
Okay.
So yeah,
Relatively new.
I'm a desert transplant, but I feel like a desert rat now because the heat.
Yeah.
Anything under 70, I'm freezing.
Yeah.
And if I tell people that at home, they're like, "Grow up."
Hey, yeah, you're certified now,
Yeah.
man.
You
Certified.
get used to it.
That's
Yeah.
right, man.
So how did you get involved in like journalism? Like,
Yeah, so I it sounds cliche, but you know the story of a kid sitting there with the TV on mute and you're doing the play-by-play as a little kid and big baseball guy and hockey guy and I just always wanted to be in it.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, I didn't have the guts to do it out of high school. I ended up getting a teaching degree, went that
Oh.
route after high school. And then I realized I was 23, 24. So, you know what, man, I already have the degree. Let me just go back and do an accelerated program. So I went back, did an accelerated program for journalism, and here I am.
dove right in, huh?
Yeah, we you know, I did 6-7 years behind the scenes. I was a producer, and what I do at the Firebirds, I did at Madison Square Garden for 6 years.
Oh,
with the
wow.
Knicks and the Rangers. Yeah.
Wow, okay, big
but
time.
at that age, I wanted to be on air. I wanted to be on TV, and I wasn't happening at your mid-20s in New York City, the #1 market.
Yeah.
So I had to take a step back, go west. I got my first TV gig in West Texas,
Okay.
middle of nowhere, one traffic light town. Like it was, you want to talk about culture shock. But the high school football in
Yeah.
West Texas, unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's what I hear.
15,000 people on a Friday night. Town shuts down at noon, and they're tailgating down the whole dirt stretch of road getting to the stadium. So I was there for 4 years, and then now I'm out here in the Coachella Valley.
Wow.
It's awesome, man.
yeah.
That's
it's been great.
welcome.
Yeah.
We're glad you're here.
Yeah, it's you know, and you guys get this. It's unbelievable. I mean, this is a place I would stay forever. You know, it still has that little bit of a smaller market feel, so I'm still looking for that big payday out here, which
Right.
I don't know if that'll come
Right.
in this market, but I can tell you confidently I would stay here for the rest of my life.
That's a good place.
I love it out here.
It's a good place to raise some kids.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think that you never get used to the palm trees and mountains,
No.
that whole landscape with the snow cap in the winter.
Mhm.
It's wonderful. And I grew up in the snow, so you don't have to
Yeah.
shovel the heat.
Yeah.
That's
So
right,
I
huh?
don't mind the heat one bit. I don't.
That's one good thing about being in the desert, right? You don't deal with any snow.
Once you get used to the heat, it's just 9 months of great weather
Yeah.
other than the heat.
It's not so bad.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
So we'll get into football. Obviously, we're a football show, but you know, you're a man amongst town. You know the sports scene inside and out. Kind of, tell us the evolution that you've seen in the Coachella Valley on the sports scene. I mean, it's changed quite a bit since you've got here, correct?
Yeah, for sure. And I tell people this, not lip service. I'm not saying it because the mic's on, and I've been on the record saying this before. I truly think there's a picture of me in a hard hat and a vest with dirt on the ground and no ceiling in the middle of Acrisure Arena. The arena's
Ah.
not done yet. We've literally seen it from the ground up. Seeing the Coachella Valley Firebirds evolve and grow to what they are today has been the highlight of my career.
Really?
Because
okay.
it doesn't make sense, right? Ice hockey in the desert.
Yeah.
And that was the
Mm.
theme. Like, this is
That's
never
what I first thought when I heard
right.
about it.
This
Yeah.
is never going to work, right? That was like the logic. And then you see it, they play well, they get to the finals. And then the next year they go to the finals again.
It's
And you're
incredible.
just seeing it, right? And you can't go anywhere without seeing a yard sign or a
Mhm.
license plate or a flag holder or, so to see it grow to what it is today has been unbelievable. And it's only getting bigger and better at Acrisure Arena. The more acts are coming, the college basketball scene, right? Duke, Michigan State are coming out here. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy,
Crazy.
you know?
Crazy. Go ahead.
For me, like it makes sense. You go to one hockey game and you see the energy in that arena and how close those games are, and it really feels like, man, if you just cheer, they hear it and
Yeah.
they execute even better, and it makes sense when you go to a game.
It's the best sport live, in my
Yes.
opinion, hockey.
Yeah.
Just the speed, the
Yeah.
action, very few stoppages. And truthfully, I think when you look at the team as a whole, it's the Valley's team, right? The
Mhm.
Valley doesn't really have a team that they can call their own. Now, the Palm Springs Power have unbelievable success. They win every year. Starkey, I don't know if you guys know Andrew Starkey over there, runs their program, and then their manager, Casey Dill. They're awesome. They're great guys, and they know how to win. but it's a summer league, and it's not you're a full league, not
Yeah.
not at a professional level just yet. And the Firebirds are that, and it's the Valley's team.
We kind of really embraced them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
'cause
sure.
I see, like you said, yard signs everywhere. I'm in people's houses. They got posters, and it is everywhere.
And you
so.
catch yourself now. You have forever friends that you probably wouldn't have met or known had the Firebirds not been out here.
Yeah.
And I think now with the Lakers coming, that'll bring a whole nother avenue of fans and friends, and
Crazy.
it's the community's team. It's pretty cool.
Crazy. I think the Firebirds' success is what actually brought the Lakers out here, right? Because the people know the bottom line that make those decisions. I mean, they see the fan support here for that local team, and I think somebody's like, hey, maybe we can duplicate this with a G League team, correct?
Yeah, you look at the 3 years the Lakers came out here for the preseason. I mean, they sold out every one of those games. Now, having LeBron James helps, right?
Right.
Playing the Suns had Kevin Durant, Devin Booker. That certainly helps get seats, people in the seats. But the success of the arena, the success of having a sports team here. First of all, it's the nicest. I've traveled around other minor league arena. It's the nicest minor league arena in the country because there's some dumps out there. I promise you that. So that helps too. And they didn't have a home. They were closing up shop at their location in El Segundo. It was like a high school gym essentially where they were playing. So you couldn't get fans or a big group in there. So I think all of that ties into the success of what the Valley has done.
Well, I think we'll rally behind the Lakers. Man.
Oh, that's a no-brainer, right? I mean, there's going to be I just want to get a shirt that says Coachella Valley Lakers, man. That's like a dream.
Have you seen the logo yet that they put
not.
out? I mean, it's the Lakers logo, but it's the same color, same basketball, same format, but it says Coachella Valley, and then it has the mountains and palm trees behind the basketball.
Awesome.
Like
put some palm trees
yeah,
there.
it's awesome. I mean, they did a great job with it, and I think you look at the G League used to just be developmental, and it was a D. Remember, it was the D League for a little bit.
Yeah, it was
developmental league, and you never saw anybody worth anything. But now they're using it as rehab too. Like you hope he doesn't get hurt, but there's a really good chance you'll see Luka play a game or two if he does get hurt and have a rehab assignment because it's right down the street.
That's true.
So the G League has evolved too. So and we know Bronny. I'm not a Lakers fan. I'm not going to sit here and say he stinks. He still made it to the NBA.
He did.
But I think he probably only made it because his dad was there.
I mean, it helped.
It definitely
helped.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's here. And that'll help. That'll draw tickets. It's LeBron. It's arguably the greatest player of all time, son. Right?
Yeah.
So
I'll go catch some games with my son.
Just to see
He'll wanna
Bronny.
go. Yeah.
Like, it's going to be great. And it's something to do now.
Yeah. And it's a storyline too, right? We want to go see for ourselves. Is Bronny really an NBA player or is he not? We can go drive up to the freeway and actually see it for ourselves.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be very successful.
I do too. You look at the success the Firebirds had in that beginning, right? And the shiny new toy. So hopefully
it's a brand new story.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just starting. You got to catch the beginning of the story. So
and they sold out the floor seats. That's official.
Yeah.
So now we just got to fill out the rest of the bowl and it'll be off and running.
Yeah.
So
it will. It'll show.
And then we got to get you the job as the guy on the sideline reporting,
Yeah,
right? I mean, you already do it for the Firebirds. You're already there, man.
They haven't approached me yet for it.
It's
You
coming,
hear
man.
that? You better come.
But it'll be tough because when the Firebirds are on the road, then the Lakers will be home, right? So they're gonna have to flip the arena back.
Yeah.
It's an honor if they ask, but I don't know. I'll live there during.
We're gonna throw your name.
We're gonna push for it. Yeah.
We're gonna push you for that. Push them to get that call. So we're really excited about that. Kind of switching gears here. New high school football season coming up.
Here.
Huh? We're about a week away.
Yeah.
Super excited. We're in a Super League DAC, Desert
DAC.
Athletic Conference.
Got to get used to saying that.
Yeah,
now.
it's kind of a tongue twister. What are some of your thoughts on the new league and how that all shook out?
From a competitive standpoint, I think it helps.
I agree.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think having more teams make the playoffs certainly helps for all of us involved. More games to cover, longer seasons, more content,
more memory for the kids.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you look at some of these teams, and I know when you look at a record and you see they're 4-8, you're like, man, that stinks. But if they're those 4 wins are 4-0 in your league, like that's great. But then you go up to that first round of the playoffs, and you're never going to compete with some of these other San Bernardinos and LAs and San Diego.
Some good teams out there.
Yeah, so I think having what they're doing with each team and making it a little more competitive, they're going to be prepared for that first or second round game now. So I love it. It's funny you say you got to get used to that because I see DAC, but I still see they have their leagues broken down. So I don't know. From my standpoint on air, I'm probably still going to say, DVL matchup tonight, just because they're all one conference, but they still have their division.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be interesting. But I'm a fan of it. I think it's the right move, the right call. And we're in an interesting spot because there's no – remember the last couple of years you had the running backs in Coachella, right? Or you had the star receiver or the quarterback. Like I just don't know. We know Prep has a stud quarterback coming in. but there's so much parity, I think, this year. And there's a lot of turnover, some new head coach.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
just,
No.
I don't have that, like, my finger on the pulse of the runaway
I-
team this year like I have in your past.
I think right now is the best time to be a football fan because, like you said, there is so many unknowns.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of theory crafting going on. Like how's Doc going to do in Indio?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of unknown untangibles. I think that's why it's so great to just think about and just watch it unfold when it finally starts. So I'm excited.
They sell the Valley short, I think, sometimes. They get
Oh,
a
yeah.
little bad rep. There's some good talent out here, especially in
Absolutely.
the last few years. I said last year was the best high school talent I've seen in my 5 years
Yeah.
out here.
Yeah.
That was last season.
And it's getting better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it absolutely is. And I know he's been on the show, Gasu.
Yeah,
Coach
Gasu, yeah.
I mean, what they do over in their summer programs and what they do to build some of their programs and players, like that's exactly the trajectory of what you want of these athletes.
And you've seen
here.
it translate
Yeah,
into the field
absolutely.
now. So I think that's what's going
Yep.
on. It's a beautiful thing to watch because when I played football, it was a little
different.
different. You know,
We
I'd
had
like to
one
think it
league.
was harder.
Yeah.
You know, we played good football back then. We did, but it's definitely stepping up as we get into the present.
The
So.
kids are smarter, faster,
Yeah.
quicker. They're just back then. It was
They know
ground
the
and
game
pound.
better.
They
Yeah.
do. They do. It's way more classroom than when we were
Way.
growing up.
They're more specialized at their positions.
Yeah, for sure.
So
And they're training like year round now,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
Like I didn't get on a football field till season, right? You
Yeah,
know, it's like
yeah.
we didn't
And the
think
coaches
like
are better.
that.
The coaching
And
is
they're
getting
getting
better.
way better coaching.
Yeah.
It's funny you should say that because I just watched an old film of like when I used to play in the 90s. I just found it on YouTube randomly.
Send it to me.
And it was such a different game, man.
Yeah.
It was ground and pound. It was Indio versus Chafee. Indio's linebackers looked like they were all 220 pounds.
It's like they all run into each other.
And it was just mashing, double
Yeah.
tight, double wing, just big boy football. And I was like I was looking at that film going, there's no way this defense could cover an offense today.
No.
Because the way they spread it out and the
Yeah.
way the athletes get in space.
Yeah.
And it's just the game has just completely
Coverages
changed.
are different.
Yeah, it's just a totally different game.
Yeah.
And that's fun to watch,
It
right?
is.
I mean, as fun as it is to have a good run game, ground and pound, you don't mind when a kid airs one
Yeah.
out. Like last year watching Palm Springs offense was
Oh,
awesome.
It was
beautiful.
It was
amazing.
great.
Efficient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every player was good, top
Yeah.
down on that offense.
Man, Bishop played well.
And Bishop Miller and Cole are pretty special.
Pretty good.
Pretty special
Gonna
duo
miss
to
them.
watch.
But that's the great thing. These coaches are how they have this system, and then they graduate a senior class, and now it's plug and play with the
Yeah.
younger guys coming in, and they do it. They find new kids, and we learn new names every year, and I'm sure it's going to be the same this year. So.
Yeah. So kind of what are the storylines that you're going to be looking at from your media perspective? What are some of the things that you're going to kind of be looking at to follow with this new league? What
Well,
are some things you've kind of already thought of?
Doc and Indio, for
Okay.
sure. I
Yeah.
think Xavier, he was successful, and I like Doc as a person, so that's certainly something I'm going to be keeping a close eye on. I think, I say he got a raw deal. I don't know the stories, the ins and outs of it, but I'm sure it didn't end the way he had wanted. And to get another opportunity, but in a public school on a program that's been down since I've been here. So,
Yeah.
and from what I understand, right, you even said 80s, 90s, like that was a great program. It was
It
the
was
India, the Rajas,
the best
were the real
program,
deal.
one of
It
the
was
best ones when I was a
program.
kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to hope to bring that back, right? I mean, the guy played in the NFL. I think he knows what he's doing a little
Yeah.
bit. So, beyond that, though, the support he's going to get. I know
Mhm.
that Mrs. Rodriguez, their principal over there, is all in on sports, so that certainly helps. And I would be shocked if he does not have success there over the next 3-4 years. It's not going to happen overnight.
No,
You're going
no.
to take your beating probably a little bit in the beginning, but you can win games with culture too.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to change that.
It's a new energy over there.
Yeah.
So he brought that energy, and the kids seemed like they bought in, and I agree. I'm following that storyline. I think all the new head coaches. I
Yeah.
think that's a good
Very
storyline.
interesting, right?
Yeah,
Interesting
3 in 1 year.
storylines.
We
Right.
got Michael Carls and Nick King. I think I'm looking forward to seeing those guys.
2 all-state teammates that had
Yes.
great success
Yes.
at this level as players, right?
Mhm.
So I think that's a great storyline. I also, Coachella's the running back factory.
Yeah.
I know.
They don't have Aaron Ramirez. They don't have Camargo. Like, who's that?
Who's next?
Can they
Yeah.
strike gold 3 years in a row? Like, I don't know, and
And at some point, we got to just say maybe that O line is very good, and the O line coach is doing his job because. At some point, you can, it's just a kid after kid
Yeah.
having success back there. What about the O line?
is that Hondo over there doing the O-line, right? Or is he the D-line
I
at
think so.
Coachella?
He might
think
be
it's
D
Hondo.
line.
Oh, okay.
We'll have to
We'll have to
ask.
No,
Hondo.
you know who
Coach
it is?
Johnson.
Hondo's D-line.
Yes.
Offensive line is Escabel. He was the 1-year head coach at Shadow Hills.
Yeah, he was doing DC.
He's the DC over there.
but
Yeah,
he might
he's-
be doing offensive days.
Oh, did he
we'll
move
bring
to
him in
DC?
there. We'll have to
Yeah.
bring him in.
Well, yeah, he's a good assistant,
Yeah,
man.
he's a good friend
He
of
pulled he
Bobby's.
pulled he
Yeah.
pulled some stuff in the playoffs when he
Yes.
made an
Yeah, we talked
adjustment
about
that
it.
I never thought I'd ever see, and
Yeah.
it worked.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
ran
And
2
it
D
works.
linemen against Banning, and it was 2-man under, but it worked.
Yeah,
That's a
Stuffed 'em.
team that so they don't get us, and they're in our viewing area, our divisions, but they can't physically watch NBC in Banning.
Oh, really?
So we don't Banning and Yucca, they don't get NBC. So I don't dive too much into them. But Banning, I mean, they were as good as advertised last year. They're going to be good again
Their
this
quarterback
year.
They're
is
So
going to be
nice.
good
yeah,
this year.
so
Very
you might
good.
have a team that we're not going to cover all the time win that league, and we're going to have to start pivoting and pay attention. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, Banning's one of those teams that's kind of in the middle of everything. I know they feel like the redheaded stepchild
Yeah.
sometimes, but we're gonna cover you guys.
Yeah.
Broncos. We went up there and had a good time.
It was a beautiful game. We
Yeah.
went up there, had some barbecue. It was fun.
They welcomed us with open arms,
was awesome.
and it was a playoff game, and we had a great time, and it was a great game too. And that Banning team, if they got what we think's coming back, that DVL better watch out, man, because that quarterback is special.
Jacob and Zadua.
Anzadua,
yeah,
He's
he's special,
sharp. So I'm sure he's gonna have a great season this year.
right. We're already kind of getting ahead of ourselves.
I know.
We're jumping
I know.
into our
Sorry.
preview, and
Feels like
we gotta pay the bills. So, we're lucky enough to have Mr. Tim O'Brien coming back to help us preview the DVL and the SVL in the next segment. So we'll be back right after a word from our sponsors. Looking to upgrade your home? Tile Designs by Fina is your one-stop destination for beautiful flooring, hard surfaces, and countertops. From timeless design, modern styles, they've got the perfect look for every room. Stop by today and transform your space with Tile Designs by Fina. Let's design together. Tired of payroll headaches? iPay Solutions is your local payroll and HR partner right here in the Coachella Valley. From direct deposits to compliance, we handle the details so you can focus on growing your business. iPay Solutions, local, reliable, and built for your success.
Got dirty carpets, tile, or furniture? Trust the Carpet and Tile Care Company, your family-run experts. We bring sparkle back to your home with top-notch cleaning services, reliable, affordable, and eco-friendly. Call us today. We can be reached at carpetcarrot.co. Phone number 760-773-5882.
Welcome back, everybody, to Desert Valley Blitz. We are going to now go into the preseason prediction mode and kind of look at what MaxPrep is saying in terms of the DVL and the SVL. So we're going to go ahead and start in the DVL. Okay, guys, so you guys have not seen this, so I want instant reaction. Favorite for the DVL according to MaxPreps. And remember, DVL is Coachella, Yucca Valley, Banning, and Desert Hot Springs this year. They've all kind of come together. The favorite to win DVL is Coachella Valley Firebirds, number one. What do we think on that? You agree with that?
Yeah, you got it. They've been good year after year. Bill Johnson's going to do a good job. I might put Banning up there just because that game was so close, but they got a new head coach, so I'm not mad at that.
You're on board with that, huh?
Yeah.
The algorithm got that one right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Based off of their success, right? Bill Johnson's an unbelievable coach. Ivan Garza is back, so that helps have your quarterback back in a situation that he's familiar in, right? Every time you get up to teach an offense to a new quarterback, doesn't always go well.
100%.
Sebastian Casillas is back, defensive
stud.
stud.
He's a stud, man.
Love
that kid, man.
Yeah.
And even when they consider a down year there, they still seem to make it to the semifinal. They just
Quarterfinals.
all they do is win.
Yeah.
Always in the mix.
Yeah, I could see them being one
Yeah.
for a reason.
Bill Johnson going to work his magic again.
Yeah.
So, okay, consensus that the algorithm might be right on that one. Number 2 in the DVL, according to MaxPreps, is your Yucca Valley Trojans. Number 2. So, I mean, we're getting the same repeat of the last 6 years of this league, right?
Yeah.
So, what are you thinking about that?
Not mad at that either. I mean, they're a great program. Aiden Pope coming back.
Aiden Pope, man. A one-man offense.
I've already seen some highlights. We were talking about it, and it looks like he's going to be true to form this year.
Yeah.
So it looks like he put on a little muscle. So
he looks faster, too.
Yeah.
I would not want to be a DB this year.
No.
Trying to cover that guy.
The Aiden Pope and Ian Jarrett.
Yeah, they got another
monster.
track guy. Ian Jarrett is another super fast guy.
Ran a 4.540 maybe.
Yeah, he's
so
a track
not bad.
guy.
And it sounds like he's getting more comfortable at running back.
Yeah.
And watch out.
Yeah, and I think Coach Johnson's going to find – I think Aiden Pope's going to see bracket all year. I mean, 2 guys all the time. But they're going to probably get creative and get him the ball. I think that I saw a couple of film where he was at running back at some point. Or
Okay.
maybe I'm misspeaking, but I saw them moving around a lot.
I could see that.
So
Pope had the one-handed grab in the scrimmage.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
saw
that's all
that.
over the. That's already gone viral.
Coach Johnson texted to me, said, "Hey, you got to throw this on the news tonight." And so we were just chatting real quick, and I said, how you feeling about the team? And he said, they're getting better each day. Didn't know what to expect, he said, but he hasn't been this excited for an offense in a long time. Those are his exact words.
Oh,
so
wow.
yeah,
Okay.
so maybe who
Yeah.
knows?
That's saying
Yeah,
something because
yeah.
they've had some pretty good. I mean,
Yep.
Yucca Valley's known for their offense.
He's been a coach for a long time too, so for him
Yeah.
to be excited.
Very interesting,
Yep.
though. I mean, the DVL, man, it's gonna be a bloodbath. Number 3, according to MaxPreps in the DVL, are Banning Broncos. Number 3.
Yeah.
What do we think about that?
There's a lot of unknowns, right?
Right.
New coach.
They still got that quarterback though.
Jacob Anzadua is fantastic. Might be the best quarterback out here. I mean, if you haven't seen him play, he can make every throw on the
Yeah.
field. Slants, corner routes, post, whatever you want. He can do it. He can do a sidearm. Man, he's the
special,
real deal, man.
He's a
he can
special
play.
quarterback.
And they have what's that receiver's name? Is
Garrison?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Garrison.
he's
Man,
coming back.
I didn't get to see him play, but by all counts, pretty fast kid, great hands.
And they have their core. If who was supposed to come back came back, they have their core back
Yeah.
according to their coaching staff. So Banning is to me is just an unknown because of their defense. I don't really know what they have on defense, but if they can even duplicate some of the offensive firepower, they're going to be right there.
They're going to be in the mix.
They're going to be right there. I
Yeah.
mean, the DVL teams. I mean, you're looking at 50 points a game. You might put up 50 points and still lose.
They scored a ton of points last year.
Yeah, they just score a lot. What are your thoughts on Banning?
Well, it's interesting what they're basing that off of, right? 8 or 9 wins last year, undefeated in their league. And you bring your quarterback back, so and a good one at that. So maybe
Right.
the new coach. I don't know what they're basing that off of, but I mean, you could flip a coin. If you told me right now the end of the season is going to be Banning, Yucca, Coachella, like okay, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
So
right.
you're right, 50 points a game, just beating the heck out of each other and let the best team win. It's gonna be a bloodbath for
We're
sure.
here for it. It's
Yeah.
gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun, man. Get your popcorn ready. And this is
And there's
kinda-
another team.
Yeah, there's another team.
Yeah.
But this is also the beauty of the new league, right? Is because all 4 of these teams in this league, and we're gonna talk about the last one next, you could see it going a totally different way and them actually winning the league, right? I
Mhm.
mean, it's just
Oh.
the competitive balance in the DVL it might be the best of all the leagues down here.
It might be.
It might be. There's those guys are gonna beat up on each other. They're gonna feel what it's like to be in the DEL the last couple of years, where everybody's just beating up on each other.
Everybody's 2-3.
Right. Everybody, 500 wins the league. Pick 4th, our Desert Hot Springs Golden Eagles, man. 4th in the DVL according to MaxPrep. And so here's my hot take. I don't think they're coming in last
No.
because I know what they got up there.
Yeah.
They got 30 returning seniors.
Mm-hmm.
They got a good coach that has those guys buying in. Coach P's done a masterful job.
Ton of momentum.
Right. And the thing about Desert Hot Springs, they've always had the athletes, the skill guys, but up front is where you could really sometimes get them. Well, that may be changing this year. I think it's definitely changing, right? Because we got Chief Palafea and his brother, Champ Palafea. These guys are D1 ready guys, man.
Put them on the same side of the ball.
I mean, that's gonna be a nightmare for anybody
Yeah.
trying to block these guys. I've already seen a couple scrimmage highlights.
Have you?
Chiefs doing his thing. Man.
Okay, all right.
Chiefs already making his
Man.
presence known. So
They get that run game going. Watch
And you
out.
got to be big.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't pull off the name Chief or
No.
Champ.
Yeah.
You better bring it.
and then they have another brother, I think, too, coming in. That's a freshman. So it's
Wow.
just a very talented family. Coach P's got them going in the right direction. I think if that team could really, they got a senior quarterback,
Jalen Turner.
Jalen Turner,
Yeah.
coming back. To me, that's my dark horse. I think they can win the whole thing.
Yeah.
I think with 30
not
seniors,
surprise me.
this might be the year. It's going to be close. I mean, every one of these games when they get into league is going to be a
You
close.
hear that? Bobby's calling.
I'm saying that might be my dark horse to take. I mean, I know they're ranked right now to finish 4th, but I don't see that happening. What do you guys think?
I could totally see him winning it all.
When you look, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
When you look at what Provost has done over he's the winningest coach in their program. He's completely changed the vibe over there. When a coach says we're a family, you're like, yeah, okay, coach talk. He means it. It's legit over there.
Yeah.
They're one unit, and he deserves all that. His support that he gets from the parents, the team, the family, so on and so forth. But what I respect about him is they take their beating in the beginning before league. He'll book a real tough schedule if you
I
look in
noticed
years
that.
past. And so they'll be 0-3, 0-4 heading into league. And they're still good. It's just, those games they call preseason, right? They don't really matter, but they do.
They do.
Yeah,
That
they
I
do
don't
now.
understand the whole preseason thing, but I get it. But what I love about it is even if they don't win the league, that's a team that'll get an at-large bid because they're that good.
And they've made the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a good coach, man. He came in here and I was really impressed with him. So
Yeah, I think, and they've always been known, like the last couple of years, as the comeback kids, right? They're never out of a game. They're
Yeah.
always going to come back. Well, that speaks to the leadership of the team. That speaks to the head coach. That speaks to the organization, to everybody believing that they can still come back and win. So when you throw that belief in there with the talent, especially up front, you don't see 2D1 guys on the same line
No.
in the Valley very often.
Yeah.
In this case, they're related, so they're going to be, pretty close. But I just think that might be the deciding factor. Like, they might not be able to block that front seven.
Oh, and it's DHS, right? 10 years ago, they were never getting that caliber kid to play there. So when you have a coach that demands what he does but loves you like his own, that goes a long way.
Right.
And they're getting those athletes.
Yeah. So that's my little take on it. I think we can all kind of see the DVL going either way, any other way, because there's so much talent in that league, But it's going to be an exciting year. I think the DVL is going to be
I can't wait.
very exciting to cover. We're going to be here for every week. We're super excited.
Yeah.
Okay, now moving on, we're going to move on to the Sun Valley League.
Another
now.
tough league.
The competitive balance in all these leagues is pretty great. I think that's what the ADs were trying to get after when they made the decision to do this. There is going to be some scheduling conflicts with people going up and down, but I think the benefit outweighs some of that stuff.
It'll be interesting if no one moves, or sometimes it'll be the same, right?
Well, they're moving somebody down from the DEL, so you better not finish last in the DEL. Maybe you want to finish last because then you only have to win 2 games.
You don't
there's some strategy to all this.
Yeah.
So we're gonna move on to the SVL. So for MaxPrep, the favorite to win the SVL is 29 Palms. Coming back to 29 Palms.
Well, they dropped down. They're the team that dropped
They're
down.
the team that dropped down, so they're the favorite according to MaxPreps, which is just an algorithm at this point. What are our thoughts on 29 Palms?
They always have good athletes every year. I hear it's just a numbers game up there.
Yeah.
You get a couple injuries, and then all of a sudden you're real thin. You're looking around, who can we put in? So, that's the struggle with coaching at a smaller school. You just don't have the numbers.
And a
with the other
military
schools.
school. You
Yeah.
got kids coming in and out of that military base.
They might not have grown up together.
Yeah, so you don't have that cohesion. Any thoughts on
The
29?
numbers are rough. They've got their backbone, and their head coach has been there for a long time. Till.
Yeah.
I know the quarterback's coach pretty well, a friend of mine, and the numbers are just. You're not only are the numbers low, 1 or 2 kids miss practice, and it throws the whole operation off.
It's hard to
So
practice.
it is. So it's tough. It's tough to compete, but moving down, playing some lower caliber in your league probably will help after getting beat out last year.
You get some wins. People want to play more. Winning fixes a lot. So
I do have some inside information because I did see them at the scrimmage. They have some athletes. They got some really good outside receivers. They got a nice little running back. And like you guys said, it's just a numbers game up there. They don't have a ton of players, but the ones they have are pretty athletic. They do have some speed on the outside. The receivers were pretty impressive. They went up and down on Xavier pretty easily. So I'm not, it's just if they just not get injured, get a couple more kids into the program, and it's the SVL, so anything can happen. Not a lot of these teams have numbers, and that's kind of why they are where they are. So 29 Palms right now on paper is the favorite, but we'll see how that kind of shakes out. All right, to pick to finish second is our Cathedral City Lions. Coach Lee is picked to finish second in the SVL.
I feel like they're moving up, man. I feel like they have a ton of momentum. I heard Lee's got these guys moving in the right direction. Their running game was really good last year, but I think they're going to put the ball in the air a little bit more this year, maybe some play action. I think they're going to be a lot better than people think.
He was Coach Lee. He's one of those you just want to see him win and have a success because he's been through it. Right? He's seen it at rock bottom. And last year they stole a couple wins. I remember 2 or 3 different occasions last season that I was in the newsroom and I saw that they had won on the road. And did I see that right? Not because they weren't good enough. It's a tough tough go around.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not easy, and
Mhm.
so they've done a good job. The running game was outstanding. The quarterback last year, towards the end of the season, I apologize, his name's slipping me, but I do believe they will throw it a little bit.
Yeah,
They're
ta-
gonna
if
air
they're
it
able,
out.
if they can just get that passing
Yeah.
game going a little bit, just some play action.
And that's a good environment over there. It doesn't get enough credit.
Oh,
That's those.
The
That
Lions
stadium
Den.
is beautiful,
that's
man. I
packed,
love
too.
that stadium,
So,
man.
it's
One of
fun
the
to have-
best in the valley.
Yeah, they have the locker rooms underneath.
Yes.
Yeah,
so
that's cool.
you get a little break in the AC, which is nice, but you can hear it rocking up there.
Yeah.
You know, it's a good stadium.
Yeah.
I think you're right though; it doesn't get enough credit. The
Oh.
Lions Den, when I was a kid, man.
They were one of the top dogs back in
Yeah.
the day. But
Yeah,
another thing is just numbers with Cat City. So I have seen them in passing league. They have a couple really good athletes.
yeah.
They've got some receivers. They got a kid named Trace Vargas, who's a real big, strong running back, linebacker kid. He's going to be an all conference player. I know they got a couple good freshmen that they're really excited about coming into the program. But
Were they
just-
still running the double tight end
they
sets?
they were gonna
Or
they're I don't know. They haven't seen them in practice, but I'm
Maybe we
sure they're
shouldn't give
still
it out.
gonna.
Maybe we shouldn't
I'm
give
sure
it
they're
out.
gonna stick into
Okay.
that double tight and run that full house backfield. But they
Yeah.
may open it up and play, do play action out of it and maybe throw the ball. But Coach Lee's always got those guys ready. They won 4 games last year
Yeah.
with 20 guys in the program, in the whole program.
Yep.
They won 4. They went 4-6. What a spectacular
Yeah.
job as a coach. I
Yeah.
mean, that's amazing to me because I've been coaching at Indio when we had 25 guys and
Yeah.
like that's miserable, and it's miserable and it's hard to keep them together when they're getting beat up every week.
It's
But
hard, like you said, 29. It's hard to practice. Sometimes.
yeah, you
Some
don't
guys
even get
go.
anything done in
It's-
practice when your
Mhm.
numbers are that low. So what a job by Coach Lee and that staff over there. They do not get enough credit. That staff is very good, very professional.
Mhm.
They got them boys ready to play, and I think to me, Cat City might be one of the favorites for this whole thing on the
Would not surprise
in
me.
the Sun Valley. League.
Number 2, it's not a bad choice at
Yeah,
all. Not
mhm.
far off with
Yeah.
what they've built. 4 wins, and you figure they could get maybe 1 or 2 out of there if they continue to build what they got already.
Feels
Right.
like the momentum's
Yeah,
going in the right
for
way.
sure.
Yeah, so they're picked to number 2. I would move them ahead of 29 Palms just because I think I see the trend. But we'll see. We'll see how it plays out.
I can see that.
Number 3 is gonna be our Desert Mirage Rams. Number 3 in the Sun Valley League. Now we had Coach Flip in here.
Mm-hmm.
He was pretty excited.
He
So
was. He had some big boys up front.
yeah,
He was
he's
pleased with how they were moving guys around, blocking guys, and they had a couple good running backs. He's another one I saw in passing league. Looks like they were working on their passing game in the summer too. So similar to Cat City, if they can get some, you don't have to put up huge numbers, but just
Yeah.
to keep that defense honest, just to play
Just to-
action here and there, get that running game going. I can see them making a push this year too.
Another light roster, right? Another
Yeah.
you talk.
but their numbers are up this year,
Which
according
is-
to Coach Flip.
which is great.
And they've got a lot of seniors. A lot of seniors coming back from last year.
Yeah.
So he's
Was
pretty excited.
Was it 2 years ago? I'm trying to. Last year it was down. Maybe 2 years, maybe even 3 years ago. They had a winning record.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
coach, the story I'm sure you know by now that they didn't have a coach.
Yeah.
And his
Yeah.
brother was
He
on the
told the
team, and it
story.
was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
hey man, like I'll do it. And,
Yeah.
and he's built a little something.
He's
over
embraced
there.
it. Yeah,
it's
and they
pretty
love
cool.
him. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's the man in
Flip's-
charge.
Coach
and
Flip's doing an excellent job out there, and they don't do anything fancy, man. They
No.
just line up and try and bully you off the
Yep.
ball,
That's football.
and that's sometimes
Running,
what you need.
blocking, and tackling.
Play
Yeah.
to your strengths.
Yeah.
But they got a couple running backs that he's excited about. They're going to run the ball. I think, like I said, all these leagues are really competitive. That's kind of the beauty of this. But Desert Mirage, you could see a scenario where they're right there to win the thing too. So all these teams
SVL.
are very competitive and very tight. And then we'll move on to the 4th place
Who
team.
they got in last?
My India Rajas number 4 in the SVL, and that makes sense because we're going off of what happened last year. But as we already spoke about, India may be trending in the right direction, right?
Ton of energy. I'm hearing a lot of noise out there. We're familiar with Coach Doc, what he built at Xavier. I can see him just fixing stuff on defense right away, just from Doc's touch. And I'm curious what he's going to do on offense. We'll see.
We'll see.
Durenzi, I remember making a comment last year. I know that he stepped up. They didn't have another option to play quarterback. I don't
Mhm.
know that he would play that position if they actually had somebody that trained to be that position. And I'm not saying
Yeah.
he's not good enough to do it, but I just don't know that they used him correctly last year.
Yeah.
Reddy is a great track athlete and can run like a deer. So that's gonna be tough. Offensively, I just don't know that they're gonna do well. I
Yeah,
hope they do,
I
right?
hope-
We all
yeah.
hope they do. We want everybody to play well. But yeah, defensively with Doc, I wouldn't be surprised if they're not going over, right? So
Nah.
I don't know that being in the basement, that's just gonna fuel that guy being picked last. So
Yeah.
so I don't know. It'll be interesting.
Chip
you
on the
know?
shoulder, on
Yeah.
all their shoulders.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure.
Indio's I think they're trending in the right direction, though. I mean, they got a guy over there that knows how to get it done. He's built Xavier to be a pretty solid power year in and year out. I think they've got some guys coming in. They've got some guys returning. Um, there's a scenario where they can get hot at the right time and win the SVL too. So, I mean, it could go either way. I know that Dorenzi is playing receiver now, so they're going to try and get him the ball on
Okay.
offense.
He's such a good playmaker.
And they have a couple linebackers they're really excited about that are going to lead the defense. So
Did they name a quarterback then? If he's
Aiden, see his name's slipping me. But his
Okay.
first name is Aiden. He's going to be the quarterback.
That's why you guys are the best.
Yeah,
You
man.
break it down like
we
that.
got all the connections with the coaches.
And this is not by accident. Doc, they're going to play a team that didn't win a game last year in week 0.
Yeah, San Bernardino.
I mean, what happened? Get one win off
Yeah.
right out of the chute, and confidence goes right through the roof.
It's
so
smart. It's a
Yeah.
smart play, and it's
Yep.
at home.
Yep.
It's at home. So we need to Indio High School. You need to get out there and support
Start the
your
party
team,
off
man.
right.
You guys, we got to get that bell back at some point.
It's coming. I feel like we want Indio to be
we
good
didn't
so
even-
bad.
I just want the bell at one time in the decade. That would be nice. As an old Raja myself, but so yeah. So Indio's picked 4th according to the algorithm. People don't send us hate email. This is not us. This is just
Based off last
we're
year.
just going off of what the algorithm says. But we are a slave to the algorithm because it does predict the playoffs, and it has a big influence on where we're going in the playoffs. So we got to kind of listen to it. So that's where it is right now. I'm sure that's going to change. I
Yeah.
think all these are going to change. But
Maybe we'll check back in halfway through the season.
super excited, man.
See where
The
we're
competitive balance is going to be great this year. There's going to be a lot of good games this year. That's what we want to see as football fans.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Well, that's what with the DAC and with all the interlocking of the divisions. Like these guys, last year there was 11 in Valley games, I think, and I think there'll be a few more this year. So
Yeah.
you know, Yucca is going to play Rancho
Yucca's playing a
Mirage,
lot
and-
of
So like,
Yeah.
so you're
That's
going to
awesome.
see a lot of that. Where it's good for us. We're not traveling too much.
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
awesome.
Don't have to jump-
Selfishly, we love
yeah,
it,
we
right?
love it.
Yeah.
But it's just fun that you can then break down both teams. You're not just doing a team, your home team, and then trying to break down a team you've never seen before. So
Right.
it makes it easier. For
Yeah,
us.
and a few years ago, it was like when Yucca was really good. You wonder like, oh, if they played La Quinta, how would it go?
Yeah.
Or how would it? Now
Yep.
we get to find
We're
out.
gonna
and
find
this-
out,
this is
man.
awesome.
I think the gap has closed. I think the DEL is still got some of the top teams, but the DVL is right on their heels.
Yeah.
And we're gonna know because they're playing each other this
Yep.
year.
Yep.
I think the gap is closed. I don't think the talent is that much different. I mean, Aiden Pope is in the DVL.
I
Chief
think
is in the DVL. You know,
Yeah.
these guys, these D1 guys are in the DVL.
Look
so,
at the Palm Springs Coachella game last year. You didn't
Uh-huh.
know that those were 2 different league teams on there.
right.
I mean,
Coachella-
it was just exchanging blows back and forth all game.
they can beat any DEL team.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just don't know what kind of Coachella's gonna show up every week. So
Super excited, man. So, that's what the algorithm says. We're happy to bring that to you. We're gonna come back in the next segment and talk about week 0 matchups between the DVL and the SVL teams. So stay tuned after this word from our sponsors. Tired of payroll headaches? iPay Solutions is your local payroll and HR partner right here in the Coachella Valley. From direct deposits to compliance, we handle the details so you can focus on growing your business. iPay Solutions, local, reliable, and built for your success. Welcome back, everybody. We're into our week 0 preview here for the DVL and the SVL. So
Wow.
we're going to run through the schedule and give a little thoughts and predictions on what we might see. So games start on Thursday this week, August 20th. First game's out the box. Desert Mirage jumping on a bus and riding to Duarte. So I don't know much about Duarte, but I know
sounds far.
it's it's LA area. It's right off I think the 210, kind of by Pasadena.
Okay.
Smaller schools over there. They're not traditionally powerhouses. It is a public school, so I haven't really delved into Duarte. But Desert Mirage, man, they got a bunch of seniors coming back. And they're ready. Coach Flip is excited, man.
Yeah.
They get to kick it off this Thursday.
Yeah, it's gonna be colder weather. Get the kids
That'll
out
be
there.
nice.
It'll be. We don't know what to expect. It's the beginning of the season.
Right.
I'm sure they're gonna put up a lot of yardage on the ground. I hope they can get the passing game going. I know I saw, like I mentioned earlier, they were working on the passing league. So hopefully they get that going. Get that win.
Yeah.
Win in the trenches, right?
Yeah,
Use
yeah.
your size there a little bit, some of your experience.
Very
and
big up there. I
Go.
hear.
Everybody's zeros, right? Everybody's undefeated and heading into it. So
Yeah.
go use that to your advantage and come home with a win.
That's
Yeah.
right. And Desert Mirage, I did see some film on their scrimmage. They look great. least running the ball. We'll see, though. I don't know what their competition was, but they were running all over whoever they were. So Coach Flip going to do his thing.
Yep.
I'd expect somebody to hit 100 yards in that backfield, maybe 2 guys because they got a couple running backs back there.
He'll have those guys ready to go.
Yeah, but we'll be looking forward to it. So they're going to open up the season at Duarte. We'll be pulling for the Rams to get on the road
go
and
Rams.
get that first win. Another Thursday game, our Boston Broncos are traveling to Calvary Chapel of Santa Ana. So, like I said, I don't know much about Calvary Chapel, but I do know about the Broncos, and that offense probably will travel and put up some points.
Yeah, it'll be interesting if they have the same offense. They got a new coach. I would think so with the quarterback coming back, but they ran a spread system last year. They'll probably do the same thing this year, but that's what I'll be watching.
Do we know what happened to their coach?
He got another job.
I was just saying,
He's at AB. I think he's at AB Miller now.
Okay.
He did a good job.
He did a great job.
Yeah.
Great job. According to the people that I know over there, I don't think they've changed a whole lot. I think it was an internal hire. So we'll see.
Which is perfect for the quarterback then.
Yep.
Yeah. And then, I mean, if it ain't broke, why fix it?
No,
that offense was dynamite
some
last year. And
numbers.
they got some dudes. So Calvary Chapel, smaller school. I don't know if it's one of these powerhouses or one of these really smaller schools. We'll kind of find that out. But I would say Banning, they can score on anybody.
Yeah.
So I would say Banning should be okay to get on the road and get that first win. Okay, so moving to Friday night, our Desert Hot Springs Golden Eagles are on the road at a tough one, Tockwitz in Marietta, man. That's not a no pushover game. We're kind of gonna get a first glimpse of
we get to find out how good they are right away.
Yeah, our 30 seniors getting out there and Chief out there, and we're gonna get a good little test week 0.
Tockwitz is pretty good.
So they had 10 wins last year, Tockwitz. So this is my point earlier. Provost loads his schedule up and then says, hey, we might not win them all, but we're going to give it our best fight and get a wild card spot if we don't win league. That's the whole point. It's a whole science to it.
Yeah.
There is.
You don't want there's no time for cupcakes in the schedule.
Yeah.
No.
Especially with the algorithm, right? Because you actually might get a better result by losing to a good team than blowing out 100%. A bad team, because then the algorithm thinks you better than you are, and it moves you up to Division 6 and when you should be in Division 10.
You lose by 4 scores then in the first round of the playoffs. It's a bad look.
Right.
And it takes into consideration close games too. So it's not just wins and losses. It's like how well do you play against this caliber team? It's interesting. So
I mean, that's a tough game, man. Tockwitz is
they came down. If my memory serves right, Tockwitz opened up. Rancho Mirage opened up with them last year. So that's a DEL team playing. So they're going to have their hands full.
Yeah,
sure.
They're going to have their hands full. So a quick test, early test, and we love to see it, man. Coach P got them boys. They're ready to go.
Let's go Golden Eagles. Let's go.
Let's get that win, man. We're always pulling for our Valley team on the side of the Valley. Next one on the schedule, Friday night. An inner Valley game. DEL versus DVL. Rancho Mirage goes up to Yucca Valley.
Great game, right?
Great game.
Yeah.
Great game, right? I mean,
that might be the game of the week, huh?
I think that's Coach Josh's game of the week. I mean, that's going to be exciting. I mean, is Yucca the favorite in that game?
Probably. Well, I don't know. Will the DEL and will the DEL team ever be the dog to a DVL team? Probably not.
On the road
with
Aiden Pope?
Coach Matthews out, though, man.
Right.
He's a great coach.
He's going to want to bounce back.
Yeah.
I mean, they lost quite a few. They lost some talent at Rancho.
And I felt like that fight kind of took some wins out of their selves.
Right. Because I think at the beginning of the year last year, when I think everybody was on the same page, they were leagues above everybody.
Yeah.
And what we thought.
Right.
And then it just didn't translate onto the field. So I would imagine, knowing Coach Matthews, that he's not going to roll over. He's a little ticked off heading into the season. Yeah. But then again, right, Aiden Pope and Coach Johnson and Yucca and on the road up there and buckle up.
Traveling, man. Traveling.
That's why I love this game.
I mean, it's always hard to go on the road and win. I don't care who you are. And then you got to deal with number one. That guy is going to change your whole defense.
He makes some plays out there.
You got to account 2 guys for where he's at in every play. So I think Yucca's got a chance, man. I think they got another speedster, and they're going to probably put him on the other side and make you cover the whole field. But we'll see. It's always theory right now, right?
Matthews will have a plan.
Yeah. Coach Matthews is going to bounce back. I think we're all in agreement with that. But that's what I'm saying. I think the gap between the DVL and the DEL is starting to shrink, though.
Oh, I agree.
And I don't think that it's out of the question that Yucca may be the favorite at home, but we'll see.
What's interesting with that matchup is by the end of the season, whoever loses that game will be a completely different team. That sounds cliche, right? You evolve, you get better.
Right.
But these two teams, I mean, you can make the argument, right? Either one of those teams are going to be good and run away with their league and take care of business. So
Absolutely.
that's one of those. What we go back to though, if Rancho loses, they've lost now to a team below them, a division. That's a bad loss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if
that
Yucca
is-
wins, it's a great win. You
Great
took
win.
care of a DEL team. So I mean, there's a really a science to all this.
There
Yeah.
is, and it's fun to watch because it's evolving. It's ever evolving, right? We're kind of witnessing the changing of the game.
5 years ago, the gap was
Yo,
unbelievable.
Mhm.
Rancho would win by
Yeah.
3 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns, but now you're like, hey, maybe Yucca got a puncher's chance. Well, I'm not counting Pope out for anything. That guy's pretty good. He could
Difference
he
maker
could,
out there.
yeah, he changes the game on defense and what you got to do on defense. So we'll see. It's exciting. We'll love to watch that film and see.
We get to watch.
We get to watch, man. That's why I'm glad I don't have to, be defensive coordinator trying to slow that team down. Moving on, another game on Friday. Cathedral City at Santa Rosa Academy, a team they did play last year and beat. So Cathedral City's on the road. What do we? What are our thoughts on that?
I think they win again. I think they got momentum behind them. Coach Lee's got those guys fired up to get that run game going. I mean, they're running power, man. I love their full house set that they run.
Right,
I'm picking Cat City.
Cat City.
Yeah, I like their defense too. They're running 4-2-5. At least when I saw them, that's what they were running.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I'd be running. So
You beat them last year. Didn't lose a whole lot. Only gotten better,
Yeah.
stronger, quicker, faster. You got a good core of your group back. Go beat them again.
yeah. I think Cat City
Why
is
not?
going to
Yeah.
be the favorite in that game. They're trending in the right direction. I think Coach Lee gets his first victory.
yeah,
And then it should be an exciting game to watch. People at Cat City should be excited. I think they might sneak out under the radar this year. So yeah, we all thinking Cat City gonna go get that.
Let's go
first win.
Lions.
Let's go, man. Okay, and then we got next on the schedule, San Bernardino going to Indio. Coach Doc's home opener, man. That's
Let's
gonna
go Rajas.
that's gonna be quite a scene at Indio High School.
Yeah.
What are we thinking? What are we expecting out of that one?
I think the energy is going to be crazy there. There's been a lot of hype, a lot of build up, and I think Doc's going to deliver with the W.
Yeah, San Bernardino's no powerhouse, right? You were saying.
Yeah, they didn't win a game
Yeah.
last year, so to get that on your schedule and try to prove something, and if they don't win, they're not going to lay down and get smacked like maybe they have in the last couple of years. So
No.
I don't think you're going to have any of those real bad, ugly losses this year. I just don't know that he'll allow it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know that a team would give up on him. So we'll see. I don't know. We're rooting for. I am rooting for India.
We
man.
got-
You need to
we
get
have
them
been.
back into
Oh.
the picture.
Yeah.
So.
I've been rooting for Indio for my whole life. It's been a rough.
My whole life.
It's been a rough 15 years. But no, I do. As a Raja, I really think the program's heading in the right direction. So that's all we can ask. It's not going to. Rome was not built in one day. It's
Right.
going to take some time. Doc's got to get some pieces in there. But like you said, as long as they come out and they fight and they fight till the fourth quarter, I think it's going to be a W for Indio.
And if they do get some wins this year, it's going to fix a lot of things in the future. I mean,
Absolutely.
you're going to attract more talent. And
Yeah.
It's just momentum. It just builds and it gets easier.
Winning cures all,
It
man.
does.
Sure does.
It sure does. All right, and then last on the schedule, we got 29 Palms going to our Desert Christian Academy.
What a great game.
Right? Desert Christian is stepping up their schedule a little bit this year.
Good. I like that.
But
They deserve it.
Desert Christian, the only undefeated regular season team last year. They punch above their weight at that school. It's a tiny school, but they got a
They're
great.
not in the SVL.
They're an independent. They still have
Mhm.
not joined the Super League. I think that will happen at some point.
The Notre Dame of high
Yeah,
school.
they're
Yeah.
the Notre Dame of the
Yeah.
Coachella Valley. They just go around and beat people independently
and handedly too.
And handedly.
They didn't have a
Yeah.
close game all year in the regular
No.
season.
until the end.
Yeah.
So, Coach Johnson has stepped up the schedule a little bit. We love Coach Johnson. He's a friend of the show.
I think they win.
That's going
I
to
wouldn't
be
be surprised if they beat them. Beat
29.
20. Yeah.
Yeah.
DCA.
Oh,
No,
no.
DCA
Well, they
wins.
beat them last year.
Yeah, okay.
They
that
beat 'em
makes
last
sense.
year up
Yeah,
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Desert Christian's
I
going to be
think
the
they'll be-
favorite.
I think
in
they'll
that
be better
home
this
opener.
year.
Yeah. Desert Christian is just reloaded. They got a couple new guys coming in as well.
Great coaches and
Some of the best coaches in the valley
Yeah.
that are at Desert Christian, and one of our favorite head coaches, Chris Johnson. He's done an excellent job up there.
great man.
Yeah.
Their
So-
school as a whole, now that they have that, their hockey program won the national
Yeah,
championship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot to
they-
mention that.
What they've done with athletics over there is what you're supposed to do as an
Mhm.
independent and a private school, and
Right.
that's how it works.
Well,
So
they really support it. You go over there
Yeah.
and there's kids playing basketball.
yep.
There's soccer going on. You can tell that sports is important over there.
Their
They do it
high-flying
right.
offense will be interesting, though. Can they counter with, they won last year, but 29 Palms, you'd mentioned, they have some
They got some
some
guys
speed.
they got some guys on the offensive side. They've got some receivers that can really run. They've got the quarterback, the nice little quarterback, gets the ball there on time.
They
So
scored on the Xavier a little bit.
yeah, they scored on Xavier. So
All
they're
right.
gonna be good on offense. It's just with 29, I think it was just the depth. Hopefully they can find another couple kids up there just to have a little bit of depth. But they got athletes.
Mhm.
They're a military school. They got athletes. Maybe they get some transfers.
Get the ball on
in.
the perimeter, let them fly.
Yeah, it should be interesting. I think they'll score, but I think Desert Christian might be a little bit too
Still
good
gets 'em.
offensively. They just got weapons
If
everywhere.
DCA was in the SVL or DVL, they would win? Could they win the division?
SVL,
I think they'd be in the mix for the SVL.
SVL, they would probably be the favorite.
Yeah.
The DVL, just because their
The
numbers.
Yeah.
They
Yeah, it
have
comes back to
they have
numbers.
great players. They're a little bit like Xavier in that sense that they don't have a ton of depth. They have some best players in the valley,
Yeah,
hands down.
receivers and quarterback are just as good as anyone.
But they're starting to get linemen too.
Yeah.
But they just don't have the huge. So where the public schools kind of beat you is just with numbers.
Yeah,
So
naturally.
they would start very well, match up very well in the beginning. But as football goes on, me and Coach
It's just
Josh,
injuries
it's
happen.
a war of attrition.
Yeah, injuries happen. All of a
and-
sudden, you got to get a new guy in there, and he just doesn't have any reps.
Yeah.
And then you're going to change in the scheme a little bit to fit him, and it gets a little. And then you're trying to pull like a corner, put him in the box because he's a better tackler. It gets it's rough. So.
Yeah, but I think they would compete in the DVL. I don't know that they'd be the favorite, but they're coming. They're coming at some
Yeah.
point. They're gonna be
Nice.
they're gonna be beating teams pretty regularly. I think.
Well, I hope
Coach
they do
Johnson,
join the.
I think
think
they're
Yeah,
about 1 or 2
DCA.
years away, and it kind of will work out with numbers because the 4 and the 6 kind of throws everything off. But hey, that's another show.
All right.
But yeah, that's week 0, guys. We're super excited. Huh?
It's already here. I can't believe it. It's fun.
Yeah.
What's fun about it this year is, like I mentioned earlier, I felt like you were ready. You knew what to expect. You had that 1 or 2 teams and guys that everybody was
Mhm.
all in on. But there's so much parity. It doesn't feel like it's starting yet to me because I don't have that, there's not that feel-good excitement just yet because
Yeah.
I don't. There's a lot of unknowns, which is a good thing. if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Doesn't
No,
mean I'm
it's
not
fun to talk
excited,
about.
But
Yeah.
yes, everybody's undefeated and anything could happen.
You got transfers and
Yeah,
coaches going to different schools, and
It has stepped up immensely over the last 2 years, the
Yeah.
high school football talent out here.
Yeah. Well, you've seen it firsthand, right? You've
Yes.
seen it from when you first got here to now. It's a completely different game. So,
Absolutely.
well, Tim, you're the best, man. There's
Appreciate
a
it.
reason you
Coming
won
in.
an Emmy, man. You're pretty good
Thank
at
you.
this.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Any place where people can check you out? Where's the best place to kind of find you if they want to follow your career, follow you? You're on TV, we know that.
yeah,
But any other thing
yeah.
you need to promote or get out there?
Tim O'Brien TV is my Twitter and Instagram handle. And then, of course, the morning drive, I'm on 102.7 The Fanatic Monday through Friday. So that's been a cool venture, taking
Yes.
on radio,
Mhm.
doing a sports talk show in the morning, and then TV on NBC Palm Springs at 5, 6, and 11 at night. So
That's awesome.
Well,
Yeah.
there's a reason this guy's won an Emmy, man.
Yeah,
As you
thank
can
you,
tell,
guys.
he's the best in the business. We're super happy that you came and joined us, man. We're honored that you showed our little show some love.
Yeah,
And we love to invite you back whenever you want to come in and talk.
I
Maybe
was
in the
just
middle,
gonna say
maybe in the
that.
middle of the season,
Yeah.
we'll come
Yeah.
and see if our predictions are held
Yeah.
any weight.
Let's do whatever you guys need. Help out, and I'll come in or whatever you need.
Yeah,
Sign
let's
me
do
up,
it, man.
man.
You're a blessing to the show. Thanks for
Thank you,
coming.
guys.
You're in the
Appreciate
family.
you.
Yeah, you're
Thank
in,
you.
man. You're in. So you guys know the routine. If you found some value in this episode, like, subscribe, and follow. And we'll see you next time on Desert Valley Blitz.
Peace.